Hello and welcome to Gateway Isle, Parker's River, and the place we call River House. This is an extraordinary residence on the shores of Parker River. You are not going to believe all the stuff that happens here at River House. Beginning with the front yard. The landscaping is just meticulous. I love the cobblestone aprons, the granite entry posts, the beautifully maintained gardens, stepping stones and cobblestone walkways over to the garage. It just looks so neat and immaculate. It's not that hard to maintain, but it makes such a great first impression when you come up to this house. So what you really want to see, I know, is the waterfront. So we're going to start from the waterfront and work our way back to the house. The yard is totally fenced in, so small children, small dogs, other pets are totally secure here. And the same meticulous landscaping we see out front is here at the back of the house also. The lawn is like what you see at a golf course, framed by beautiful green hedges. The tall bushes here break up the lattice work against the house. So the entire shoreline of this house is protected by driven sheets of PVC sheathing. It's called Shore Guard. This is the same stuff they use at the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C., that beautiful island where the Jefferson Memorial is. That's what you find here. And the house is this floating dock with a nice ramp. Neighbors have kept boats here up to 110 feet long. You can put an 80-footer here, a 50-footer here, and still have room for 2 more boats over here. Right now there's a beautiful skiff parked horizontal to the dock. If you wanted to, however, you can see the way these pilings are set. You could have 2 boats and back them in. So have 2 boats here and a big boat here. Virtually your own private armada, docked right in front of your house. You've got a power pedestal with 30 amp, 50 amp, regular electricity, plus water, so you can clean all the salt and stuff off your boat after a busy day of fishing. The cool thing about Parker's River is, when the wind is howling today, you can see the flag, the wind is howling today. It is so protected here. You're so protected by the marsh and the way the river sets between, it goes from north to south up to the Seine Pond on the other side of Route 28. If you go all the way to the end of the river, you'll find yourself at a little restaurant where you can go and have a clam roll. That's kind of fun to jump in a small boat and do that at the end of a long day. But again, just being out here is just so phenomenal. We're at that time of the day when the sun is starting to set. We're facing west. The colors over this marsh are just incredible, and they're never the same from day to day or season to season. Right now it's a beautiful lush green. In a few months, sad to say, when the autumn arrives, it'll turn sort of a gold with the green, and then into autumn it'll turn more gold. But it's always changing every single day. And the wildlife, I was here the other day, there were herons over here. Just saw an osprey a moment ago. In fact, he's still there. He's on the ground with his having dinner. So fresh caught dinner. So there's a nice big staircase up to the deck. We'll come back to that in a little while. But first I'm going to take you under the deck where we have a beautiful graveled area with a nice outdoor shower, just like you'd find inside your house. It's a really fancy outdoor shower with a sundial or sunflower head and a handheld shower. Beautifully done. All graveled area. This is a 22 kW natural gas powered generator. This will run the entire house. Not only that, it'll run the air conditioning. Not only that, if you have a boat with a 50 amp service or the 30 amp service or both, it'll keep your boats running even in a power failure, also keep the batteries charged up. And as we walk around the house, you're going to notice everything like the generator, all the utilities, all the electrics, they're all high up. So in case there ever was a bad storm and a flood, you'll see this house is really impervious to it all. So down the end, there's room for kayak storage, but just a really nice place to keep things out of the way, protected, neat and clean, and have the outdoors looking perfect. So I'm going to latch this because of the wind. Now as we walk back to where we began, notice how high up the air conditioners are. Notice how high up the electric meter is. So everything here was done to FEMA standards so that you'll never have a problem if the worst situation ever arose. I love the way they cover the foundation with a stone veneer with a copper top. I mean, every detail here is so carefully thought out, curated, and brought together to create this really beautiful masterpiece of a waterfront house. on Parker's River. We will go upstairs, I promise. I'm going to take you in the house, but first I need to show you under the house. Technically speaking, this is a 2-car garage, but as you can see, you could put 2 cars end to end here. You could also put an antique car or antique boats or something in the back over here. You can put all kinds of vehicles in this garage if you want to. There's tons of space. And the floors are that beautiful epoxy. You could eat off of these floors. Now, back to the construction. Again, I don't want to dwell on the flood thing, but it could happen. You're on the water. If it does happen, you're going to come through here totally unscathed because the studs behind here are all pressure treated, impervious to water. The insulation is closed cell foam. It's not like a sponge that's going to absorb water. These walls and this trim is all AZAC. So basically, if the water came up to here and you had a flood, then it goes away. You just hose the whole place down and you're good to go. There are flood doors down here so the water can come and go and equalize the pressure on either side of the wall so that you don't have structural damage from water pressure differential. Another cool thing, I mean, this owner is so fastidious and so detailed about everything. He's got a totally oversized water main coming in here from the street. It's 2-inch main, which you hardly ever see coming into a house. But then he split it into 3 1-inch mains after that. One is for the house, for the showers and the sinks. One is for the dock, for washing the boats, and one is for the irrigation. So because the main is so big, and because he's got a manifold here with the water divided into 3 equal 1-inch subsurfaces, you could have 3 people taking showers, someone washing the boat, and the lawn sprinklers going, and no one's ever going to notice a drop in water pressure. That's very cool. And one thing I forgot to mention too is if you look at the walls, you can see how high the outlets are. So everything's above. I mean, if the water goes that high, then Cape Cod's in trouble. But you don't have to worry about anything here. This is a totally FEMA, totally built under complete FEMA regulation, so everything is perfect. Over here, we have a little area for a gym, or you could put a car. There used to be a nice Mustang here, but you could have an antique boat or motorcycles. I mean, look at the space you have in here. It's incredible. There's a nice stainless steel wall sink here for cleaning up after working on your car or your motorcycle or your boat, or after you clean the fish. There's a big double closet here with all kinds of storage, a refrigerator. And then we come into the boat garage. The same construction as in the other garage, the same pressure-treated studs, the same AZAC walls, the same closed cell foam insulation that doesn't absorb water. The same outlets are all way up high, so you don't have to worry about that. But when I come in here, and by the way, both garages are climate controlled, so that when I come in here, I think about, wouldn't it be so cool to have an antique restored wooden boat in here, and maybe put a sofa over here. And in January and February, when everyone else is freezing and all depressed because of the bad weather and the long, dark days, you could be here sitting in this beautiful climate-controlled, beautifully lighted garage space with a 16-foot clearance and admire your boat, whether it's the one you use all summer or the one you just have for looking at, the restored antique Chris Craft, for example. What a great space to hang out in. And I'm going to show you the space again from up above. We'll look down on it when we get up into the main part of the house, which is coming up next. But again, all the doors are automatic. Press a button and up they go. Got a quick, easy access out to the backyard here. There's hot and cold water faucets here and in the other garage. So washing cars, washing boats, whatever, you have hot water. Or if you just want to hose the floor out after you come back on a snowy day and there's like yuck on the floor from your car, you just hose it right out the door. Okay, so we're going to go out of the garage, and we're not going to be informal here. We're going to be formal, and we're going to go up the main staircase outside. If you look at the detail of the flooring here, I love the way they put this composite flooring. It's really high-end. You can't even tell it from wood, but I like the way they put the outer band and mitered it, and then put the other board in the back, so it just really looks like a boat builder created these stairs. It really is beautiful. If the wind becomes too much on the other side of the house, you can come up here on the second floor and just kind of hang out. because we're kind of high up. No question, we're high up, but there's a couple places in this house where you could have an elevator if you wanted to. And there are elevators that are made to meet all FEMA regulations, so you wouldn't have to worry about it getting flooded. And they've already been pre-wired one section for that. So let's go into the main part of the house. Anyway, totally climate controlled, tons of lights. What's unusual about this house, with all the lights that are here, both inside and out, even the outside lights are on a dimmer switch. So you can create any atmosphere or ambiance you want with the lighting. You can make it like as bright as you want, or you can tone it down and just have a hint of lighting if that's what you like. But look at the views out here from the second floor living area. This is beautiful piece of tree that's been carved and finished and sanded to house the weather instruments. And we can see the wind speed is up, it's showing 10 miles an hour, 10 knots, but it feels much more than that. There's a giant island here with 6 stools. You could obviously fit 3 or 4 more if you wanted to. But what a beautiful place to work and create. Double wall ovens here by Wolf. Sub-zero refrigerator here with drawers down below. All kinds of storage and pullouts. All with soft close. All with solid wood boxes and mitered corners. Beautiful tile backsplash. Farm sink. Electric Wolf cooktop. Really nice. There's also an undercounter microwave over here and just storage everywhere. Nice pantry closet here. Now in the center part of this room, you can see there's a table for 4, but you could easily put 4 more chairs here if you had a lot of people over. You could also not have this as a dining area at all. From time to time, these owners have had 2 nice chairs facing here, facing the view right directly out the center French doors. Just really beautiful. But a table is nice too. You have that flexibility. The living room, phenomenal. Tons of space. The perfect setup is as they have it now with an L-shaped couch, 2 chairs, and everywhere you go are beautiful west-facing views of Parker's River. This is one of 3 fireplaces that are natural gas fire, but they look like wood and they're cast irons, so they throw off a lot of heat in the wintertime. But I don't know, I just so captivated by this, how light and bright and airy it is, how the outside seems to come in. I love the way they cut out the ceiling partially with skylights to make even more daylight, more brightness, and more sense of great space here facing the waters of Parker's River. Okay, let's go down the bedroom hallway here. On the way down, again, walking on these beautiful natural finish hickory floors. There's a washer and dryer with a nice wooden countertop. There's a bathroom here with a carved out rock sink. Tub shower combination. Really nice guest bath. And then to the end of the hall, bedroom number 1, the master or primary. Windows on 2 sides, light, bright, and airy, same natural finish hickory floors. Beautiful walk-in closet with a sliding barn type of door. And we won't spend a lot of time in the closet, but I will just say to you, if you're ever buying a house and you walk into the master closet and all the clothes are arranged by color, you know you're dealing with a fastidious owner who took great care of the rest of the house, and you can feel secure in investing. So Sony flat screen TV, and over in the corner is a beautiful ensuite master bathroom. Okay, bedroom number 2 is right around the corner. Very comfortably sized, room for a double bed, double closet there, flat screen on the wall, natural hickory floors, really well lit, including 2 beds over the lights, so if you want to read in bed, you can. And then bedroom number 3 is a real surprise. This is the one your guests are going to clamor to be in, because they built this barn board enclosure. So you've got this outer area here with a sea chest, a large double closet, housing a lot of home utilities. But look in here at this bed. People will just feel so protected, so away from it all, just so comforted, just so incredibly awesome going to bed in this room, this little cubby here. It's so awesome. And the storage under those barn board cabinets is really nice. It's built-in bookcases behind, just really, really cool. This is a house where memories are made. Okay, so we got the living area, we got the dining area, we got the kitchen. Let's walk down here. We have another family area, another gathering area. So here's a back staircase down to the 16-foot boat garage. And then check this out. A nice informal sitting area. You have places to go. You don't all have to be on top of each other. People can escape and be in different parts of the house to read a book or have a quiet conversation with two, and other people can be down there. There's all kinds of places to go and gather in this house. Even the garages are so beautiful. You can put chairs down there and hang around and stare at the boat. You don't find many homes like that. There's a second door out to the deck. Big flat screen TV, your third cast iron wood-like gas fireplace. There's attic storage up there. In the attic, we won't go to the attic, but it's like finished off like the rest of the house. This is beautiful up there as it is down here. But this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the 16-foot boat garage looking down. Because if you really wanted to, I'm not sure I would do this, but if you really wanted to, you could connect these two mezzanines and have another giant room up here. Then you would lose the ceiling height from down below. But this could be a really awesome room up here if you connected these two mezzanines and got a shorter door. Notice again, all the utilities are up here, the transfer switch for the generator, the alarm thing, your electrical panels, everything is up high where you never have to worry about something happening in a storm. So this is River House on Parker's River. I don't know what else to say. You need to come and see this house in person, because we've tried to describe every little aspect of it to you, but there's just so much here. If there was ever a house that was like reading a book, we have to go back to it 1, 2, or 3 times, because every time you do, you find something else you missed the first time or the second time. So come here, because we already forgot, like we forgot the deck. I'm so excited I forgot the deck. But come out here. So down at that end is a nice seating area. You can put another nice seating area here in the middle. I love the stainless steel cable railing, so you have protection, but you don't have anything blocking your view. Here comes a boat in from the harbor. It's like a 5-minute ride from here to the entrance. And you have direct, easy access to Nantucket Sound. There are no bridges to go under. It's extremely deep. Like I said, there's somebody up the river who brings a 110-footer in here sometimes. There's been 80-footers in here. The marina up at the end of the river, at the head of Parker's River, there are 40 and 50-foot boats in that marina, and they go right by here. So it's really a perfect spot. I think the coolest thing on this deck, aside from the beautiful view and the west-facing exposure, is this 2,143-pound boulder that was hollowed out and converted into a gas fireplace. I mean, how cool is that? You're not going to move that. That's not going anywhere. But what a beautiful piece. You know, you're here on a cool night in the autumn, watching the view, watching the sunset. It's nice to have this blazing away to take the chill out of that early autumn evening. And of course, there's a grill. You can grill up here, have dinner up here. What a great place to have coffee in the morning as the sun comes up behind you and making that beautiful afterglow light that occurs in the west as the sun is coming up in the east. And then, of course, you get the beautiful sunsets that occur here every single day, and they never occur the same way twice. And as I'm standing here talking to you, like 8 feet from the fire, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat from 8 feet away. This is such an incredible thing to have on this deck. Maybe the boulder warms up and throws off even more heat. But anyway, now I can say with confidence that we have seen the entire property quickly at River House here on Parker's River. I invite you to call us today, make an appointment to come and see this property in person, because you're going to need a couple of visits to see every single detail that exists here. So once again, I'm Jack Cotton from Sotheby's International Realty here on Cape Cod. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I look forward to seeing you here in person.